Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I thought I would just do a girl talk. I watched a couple of girl talks like this week, like a couple of days ago, and I just thought I haven't done one of my own in a while, so I thought I would just do one. So I put a question box on my Instagram story and just got you guys to reply what questions you wanted to ask. I've not actually looked through them yet. I'm literally just going to look through them now and then answer them. Very casual, just very chit-chatty. I've got my Dr. Pepper Zero. Sorry, this glass. I got a glass straw. This is from Dunelm. So cute. I've also got a little bowl of gnocchi because I'm hungry. So I thought I would eat and just chat to you. Okay, we have like an absolute load of questions. I've just gone on it and there's literally so many. So I'm just gonna scroll to the very bottom and then we're gonna go from there. Okay, first question is, how do you deal with drama? So I will say, since leaving school, since leaving like year 11, so what, when you're like 16, I would say I've been involved in zero drama. I think when you're kind of like 16, like from like 13 maybe till like 17, and you're at school, when there's like a massive group of girls, obviously there's gonna be drama, like it's just gonna happen. I think when you're in that situation, it feels like the end of the world to be involved in drama, and it's just not a pleasant place to be. I feel like remove yourself from the situation if possible. If it's someone who keeps bringing drama to your life, maybe evaluate whether they should be in your life. Like if something is a recurring thing, it's like, is this right? Is it like the world trying to tell you stay away? Like there's just some people, like a couple names come to mind, not that I'm gonna say them, but like people who I've been to school with, and it's just, I feel like no matter what situation they will be in, drama will follow because that's just the kind of person that they are. Honestly, I think if it's something that's not you've created it, to take a backseat. If it's got to the point that it's really like damaging yourself, talk to someone about it. I'm never gonna sit here and tell you never to like snitch on someone because I want to help you out. So I feel like if it's got to that point, tell someone. If you're at school, maybe tell like your favourite teacher. If it's something bad, if you're not at school, tell your parents, tell someone that you trust. To us, getting something off your chest is one of the best things to do as well. My mum always used to say, a problem shared is a problem halved. So do that. Oh my god, I'm sorry, this is so rogue. Someone said help me with my computer science GCSE, please. I failed my GCSE in computer science. I took it because I couldn't take business. I didn't do an ounce of learning for it. Like I used to always just run off to the dance studio in computer science lessons, and I'm not like that was the only thing I've ever failed in my life. Like I'm not like I don't like Skive and stuff like that. Like I wasn't like that. I just hated computer science. I didn't get it. It just went over my head, didn't want to be there. So I am no help for you, sorry. Okay, this one actually I have kind of had to listen to over the past few days, and it's ways to feel better about yourself after a bad day. Now, I put on my Instagram story the other day, like I found this move quite overwhelming. I feel like because we didn't have a sofa until yesterday, we didn't like have everything in place. We still don't have a dining table. And I just felt a bit like in limbo. I didn't feel almost at home, but like I was staying in all day. It just wasn't a good thing. Like I think getting up, have a shower, put some makeup on if you're the type of guy who feels better when you've got makeup on, do your hair, like brush your hair, do your teeth, like whatever. Like do something to make you feel like normal. Even if it's putting your headphones in, going for a walk, go to the gym if you're like a gym girl. I think when you're sad, it's so easy to like hone in on that and just sit in bed all day or sit on the sofa all day. I watched tennis one day for 9 hours. 9 hours? Why? Like actually why? I was watching people I've never even heard of. Like I was watching like the most random matches just because I didn't want to do anything, and I was just like, and having a couple days like that is absolutely fine. Like having a day, give yourself a day, regroup, get back with it. Like just give yourself a day just to be like, oh, I don't want to do anything. Like that's absolutely fine. I'm never going to tell you not to do that. But once that day is over, let's like get back to it. Or maybe 2 days, like 2 days, I can give you 2 days. Have your favourite foods, get a takeaway, get a Domino's, whatever. Like whatever you want, and then I feel like it's time make yourself look presentable, put a different outfit on, change your clothes, have a shower, have a bath, something like that. It just makes you feel so much better, and that's what I found really helped me. Tell someone about it as well. I have never been someone to kind of express my emotions, but I'd been on FaceTime with my best friend who's just moved to Denmark actually. I don't even know how many hours of FaceTime I did with her like over the last like 5 days. If you don't have someone that you feel comfortable to do that with, write it down. Get everything out, write it down and then burn it for all I care. Like, that's actually quite a good idea. Like, write everything that you're feeling down, even if you do it on your notes app and then delete it after. Like, just, I think getting everything out and coming to terms with something that's happened is the best thing to do. I'm gonna remember this when I'm having a bad day, because I feel like that was really good advice. I've had a lot of questions about like people copying, like how do you deal with people copying you? I've got a friend that keeps copying me. A lot of people said like, how do you feel about people copying you like on social media? There's a lot of feelings. There's two ways to look at it, I think, always, with anything in terms of myself or in terms of your dilemmas as well. There's the one that everyone's like, imitation's the highest form of flattery, like whatever. Like, and for me, I think in terms of being like an influencer, like it clearly means I'm doing my job well, because someone's clearly being influenced if they're doing stuff that I do or whatever. And I'm not naive to think that like what I do is so unique and so like out of the box and nobody's ever done it before, but sometimes you do think like, oh, was that my video I've just watched? Like, I mean, like, sometimes it is kind of like that. It's a compliment. Like if someone has wanted to like recreate your video or something like that, or like recreate an outfit of yours, it is such a compliment. Like it clearly means people like my videos. And same with like in normal day-to-day life, it's like if you've got a friend that keeps copying you, it's like, well, they clearly like what you're wearing, like they clearly want to look like you, etc, etc. However, I personally feel like 50-50 about this. On one side is the way I just described. On the other side is actually, I was watching Morgan Riddle's Girl Talk, and she spoke about this, and it was like, it's annoying because it's like, that's, you feel like you don't have any like uniqueness or like any like self kind of expression, not self-expression, but kind of, I can't remember the way that she said it, like Morgan said it so perfectly. It's just like the part of me that like makes me me, and like the stuff that I do that makes me me is like then gone because somebody else is like taking that. I get it, but there's nothing that you can do. In every part of life, if you're doing something well, someone's gonna want to emulate that. Like it is a compliment, and I know it is, but it's like annoying, and I get it. Like, and it is just a bit like, oh my god, like let me live. Let me be myself without having like someone else be like that. No point getting annoyed about it. There just isn't. There's nothing you can do about it. But yeah, you just, I feel like you have to shrug it off. It's just part of life. It always will be part of life. And just, yeah, it's a compliment at the end of the day. Okay, this one is, how can I tell if a boy likes me but I've never spoken to him? I would say if you've never spoken to him, I'm probably gonna, it would be bold to say that he does, but you never know. It obviously definitely depends on your age as well, because when I was 15, 14, this is so funny, like I had the biggest crush on this person. I knew for a fact, number one, I don't really think he knew who I was, and then when he did, like I knew that he didn't like me, but like in my head I'm like, no, he does like me, like, and I never was with him, like he never liked me, like nothing, but I was convinced that he did. And then looking back now, not that I can remember any details of it, but like it was so obvious that he didn't, but like in my head he did. So I'm gonna say if he doesn't know who you are / has ever spoken to you, I'm gonna say it's bold to say that he will like you, but he could. You have to have the communication there first. I would just speak to him, like literally be like hi, like a very friendly platonic thing, and then if it turns into more, it turns into more. Okay, I feel like every time I do a girl talk I get one of these questions, and it's how to start posting when you have a fear of being judged by your surroundings. When you're about to post online to public, you've got to not care about what people are going to say, because people are going to find it, people are going to see it. There's literally no way around it. Like everything you post, if it's public, is accessible by anybody. Like that's just the whole point of like posting online. So I feel like you have to be okay with the fact that people you know or people who used to know you will find your stuff, but like actually who cares? What I will say is I have never heard of anyone talking bad about me, right? That does not mean that they haven't, and I'm fine with that, but I don't know that they have, so why would I let it bother me? If someone messaged me and was like, you are so cringe, I hate what you're doing, blah, 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 it's different. It's like, oh my god, like what? Still I'd be like, it's so weird like to think that about someone else's life, but I don't know anything that someone has said about me. So like literally why would I care? Because I've got no actual proof or knowledge that that's happened. I would say I'm 100% sure that someone I used to know or still do has said something bad about me. Like it's just the way of life. People are gonna do it. I feel like you've got to be okay with the fact people are going to talk about you. This one has said, where do you find inspiration? Now, I actually don't have that many people that I'm like inspired by. I don't know, I go through like stages. Like a lot of people in their careers, like Sophia and Cinzia, their just life is so inspiring. Like they're just two girls from Nottingham who have created this like absolutely massive community of girls who support each other, etc. Like that is literally my dream. Like a dream of mine is that's just the vibe that I want and would love. Obviously Molly-Mae, whether you say you like her or say you don't like her, like you cannot deny she's so successful and she's done so well. And my favorite girl at the minute, she's called Morgan Riddle. I'm literally obsessed with her. Like I watched, I want to say like 9 of her videos yesterday when I was just doing stuff. I just had them on. She's such a comfort girl. Her vlog style is just incredible. Like I love her so much. I would 100% recommend you go and like check her out. She's so cool. Her boyfriend is Taylor Fritz, who is a US tennis player. It also has coincided with my absolute obsession with tennis. I feel like I was getting into tennis maybe like a year and a half ago. I would then like watch like a couple of like the bigger, probably watch the Grand Slam like semi-finals and like final. And then kind of recently I discovered Morgan, and she's just like really got me into tennis. And actually in one of her videos she was saying that that's something that her and Taylor, her boyfriend, really want to do, is like get more people into tennis. And I was like, well, you've literally made my obsession grow from like being like I like tennis to being like I'm obsessed with tennis, just because she's so cool. Like she's so cool. And she always says like people refer to her as Taylor Fritz's girlfriend, but Sam knows Taylor Fritz as Morgan's boyfriend, so that's just the way it is in this household. She is my inspiration at the minute. I love her. Okay, I don't ever really talk about food. I don't know, I feel like it's a bit of a touchy subject. The same with like what I eat in a day. Is like I don't think I'll ever do one, just because I would never want to make someone feel a certain way of watching it. I don't know. So I won't ever do one of those. But someone has said, do I have a specific diet or do I eat what I want? I eat what I want. Like I don't eat crazy amounts, just because I get full. I hate the feeling of being like stuffed. Like, you know, when you've had like a load of food and you just feel sick because you're stuck, like you just feel uncomfortable. Like that is my worst nightmare. Like when I feel full like that, I just feel so ill. But I eat what I want. Like this morning I had 2 croissants and a packet of Jaffa cakes for breakfast. Like that's probably not the healthiest, is it, Daisy? I love food so much. This is a fun question. This says, would you ever come out with your own clothing brand? It is a dream of mine. Like I feel like because I'm so specific on things that I like and things that I don't like and like quality, I'm never gonna promote something or like wear something or buy something or anything that isn't like the best quality. I'm not, because I wouldn't wear it. So like why would I want you to wear it? So I feel like because I'm so picky, I feel like I'd make like quite a good clothing brand. Oh, this is a really good question. I love like asking people this question. So like can you guys tell me what yours are? This is what are your comfort TV shows slash films. So I feel like we know by now. Maybe you don't know by now. I can't explain my thoughts towards Harry Potter. Like, Harry Potter was my childhood, and I just have like the most intense love for Harry Potter. Like, if you're not a Harry Potter fan, if you never watched Harry Potter, please watch them. They're so good. TV shows though, I love Grey's Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy is incredible. It is one of the best TV shows out there in my opinion. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is like a nice classic, just like easy watch, whatever, like in the background. Same as The Office US. The Office US is so funny. Like, I think it's absolutely hysterical. Dwight is my favourite character. He is just, that's my kind of humour. I just find him so funny, and they cast it so well, like so well. I love like serial killer documentaries, but that's quite a common one. Mindhunter, I believe it's on Netflix, is incredible. I think it's called Blackbird. It's got Taron Egerton in, which is one of my celebrity crushes. He's in it, it's so good. Oh, Kingsman, the Kingsman movies, that's why he's my celebrity crush, because of the Kingsman movies. They are incredible. Number 1 is better, but number 2 is also really good. Also SWAT, I'm now thinking like, who are my celebrity crushes and what are they in? SWAT is incredible. Another one of my celebrity crushes in that. Jim Street. I feel like they look very similar. Like, I've got a type with a celebrity crush, and then I've got a couple rogue celebrity crushes that don't look anything like that. But yeah, I'd say they're my favourite like TV shows. Yeah, I like this one actually. This one says, what's the secret of always smelling good? I think you need to have a perfume that has like lasting power. You can't have a perfume that turns into that alcohol-y, artificially scent after maybe like a couple hours. I feel like you need one that lasts and like grows, and that does normally obviously come with a much higher price tag, but I will say, like, I think perfume is one of those things to invest in. The Byredo perfumes, I'm sorry, like, I know I go on about them all the time, but they are the best perfumes on the market. I have like 4 different scents now, and they are incredible. My new favourite is Young Rose. They are extortionate, I will say. Like, I feel like Christmas coming up, maybe if you ask for Christmas money, like I put a few people's money together, maybe ask Santa, see if he can work any magic. That's probably what I would, I know it's so annoying, like if this was me I'd be like, shut up Lizzie, I don't want to hear that you need to spend money on a perfume. You don't have to. There are definitely some dupes and some places that you can get affordable perfume from that does last, but I just hate the kind of scent that you can smell someone's perfume is like a cheap perfume. You can get some cheap ones that aren't, but if you're gonna invest in something, invest in perfume. It's just incredible. Someone said, what do I do if I like my friend's ex but don't know how they'll react? I'm gonna say this, and I'm being deadly serious with you right now. You can never be with this man or boy. Never. There are 8 billion people on planet Earth. I'm gonna probably say like 4.5, 5 billion of them are men. Your friend's ex is not the man for you. This is one actually that I've spoken to a couple of people about, and like everyone is always so, not shocked, but just like, what? And it's first period story. Right, this could be TMI to like some people, but I don't really care. I have been blessed. I was, and still very much am, but like less so than before. Blessed with the easiest periods known to man. Like, okay, wait. I've had a couple of like fluctuations. So I believe I got my period when I was 15, 16. No, 15, it must have been 15. Got my period when I was 15. So I was definitely on like the elder age of getting it. I feel like I've just always been like developed late, etc. And basically what happened was I woke up one morning and I was like, oh, I've started my period, because everybody else had started their period. So I wasn't one of those when I was like 10 years old and I'm like, oh my God, what is this? Like, I haven't learned about this yet. Like, I was very aware of this. Like, all my friends had their periods for years, literally years, and I didn't have it. So I woke up and I was like, oh, I've got my period, and I put a tampon in, and that was it. I've never used a pad in my life. Like, something about a pad really freaks me out. I know that some people think tampons really freak them out, but yeah, I just put a tampon in and that was that. But then, so I had that and it was always so light, like literally like 5 days, so light, like blessed. Then I went through a phase where I then put on quite a lot of healthy weight, but like I put on quite a lot of weight. I met Sam, I was eating a lot more, a few things, whatever, and my periods were the heaviest out of everyone I know by an absolute mile for probably maybe like 9 months. It was so random. I was using, I probably would say like 5 or 6 super extra plus tampons a day. Sometimes I was going through a super extra plus tampon in like 30 minutes. I remember I had a dance exam, which I think it was probably, let's say like 45 minutes, an hour, and I had to change my tampon. Like I changed it right before I went in. I had to run out mid dance exam, mid ballet exam, and be like, I'm so sorry, I have to go to the toilet right now. Change my tampon, and then as soon as I got out of the exam I had to change my tampon again. Like it was crazy, like crazy. They've kind of just like become, they're a very normal period, like they're a very tame period. I get first day or two I get like a couple cramps, sometimes they are quite bad actually, but like nothing on what I've heard people get, and then that is literally it. Like I am so blessed. But yeah, I just, first period story, I just put a tampon in and got on with my day. Like I was very, very lucky. Oh, what is my favourite thing to bake? I feel like this isn't exactly baking, but apple and blackberry crumble is my favourite thing to make. In terms of baking, I've been loving my cookie cakes that I make for people for their birthdays. I just love them. Okay, next question is, do you think not finding a boyfriend in your teenage years is normal? 100%. Like I feel like the narrative that everyone has like a 15-year-old boyfriend or something like that is so not real. Like my sister had got her first boyfriend when she was like 21 or 20 or 21, whatever, and like I would never even question that. Like there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I think if you don't have a boyfriend, you don't have a boyfriend. Like that is literally it. There's nothing wrong with not having a boyfriend in your teenagers. There's nothing wrong with not having a boyfriend until you're like literally any age, until you feel ready or until you find someone. There's no point jumping into a relationship that you're not actually wanting and you just want it for the sake of it. There's no point. Okay, I feel like I've covered like everything, like the main questions that I got asked. I've literally been talking to my camera for an hour, so I hope I can edit this down to be shorter, because I'm sure you guys don't want to sit here and listen to me chat for an hour. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed that. I just feel like I want to kind of open up to you guys a bit more, just have you as like my best friends. I've started a couple vlogs that I'm doing, so look out for those. Obviously I'm in the new apartment. I'm gonna give you guys a tour, but once everything's done, like I don't want to show you until it's finished, just so you can see my actual vision rather than me going, oh, the dining table's gonna go here, then I'm gonna get prints to put on the wall here. Like I just want it all to be done. So I think maybe in like a couple of weeks I'll give you an apartment tour. But yeah, I just want to say a massive thank you for all your support. Also guys, sorry, how have I not mentioned I hit 200,000 subscribers? What? 200,000? Do you know how many people that is? Like 200,000. I never in a million years thought that was gonna happen. Ever. When I hit 100,000 and I got my plaque, that was like the biggest pinch me moment ever. And for that to have happened like again is crazy. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for all your support. Whether you just watch my videos, like them, subscribed, whatever, like I appreciate it massively. But yeah, if you did enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. And then I'll see you in my next one. But yeah, love you guys.